There are several things to harvest in our Vegetables Around the World garden, and one of them is our celery root, or celeriac. And you remember earlier in the season I showed how you can take and rub off the knobs around the base. Well, now these are ready to harvest. Basically, any time that the bulb down here is over 2.5 inches in diameter, you can go ahead and harvest these. And all you need to do is just take your shovel and dig them out, and then knock all of the soil off. Obviously, we have thick, red Oklahoma clay soil here. This has actually been a very good year for celeriac because they like a lot of moisture, and we've had a lot of moisture here, so these have done quite well. Now, the part that you eat on this is not the stem here, because you'll notice here the stem is actually hollow and it doesn't taste very well. It's kind of a pithy stem. But what we're going to eat here is the large bulb, if I can get it loose. There we go. Now what you would do is take these and go ahead and wash them off. And I've got one here that I have already washed. And you'll notice they're not the most lovely things you've ever seen. It almost looks like something from a science fiction movie. But you take and cut the tops off. And then what you would do is just peel the outer layer of this. And you can either shred this into a salad, eat it raw, or you can cook this up in a soup. Now this has a flavor somewhat like celery. It's crunchy. It's also got a little bit of a nutty taste to it. So this would be a very good addition to a salad to give you some of that crunch and also that nutty flavor that really makes a salad special. Well, we've got some other vegetables here that have been planted and will be ready to harvest later, and that is our Chinese winter melon. Now this is absolutely beautiful. It's vining all over the place, and we've already got some great melons here. Now, if you can see them here, Chinese winter melon is, you grow it a lot like you would a pumpkin, has the same cultural habit, and you'll notice it's a pale green melon. Now the flesh inside is a white color, and this is a very tender and sweet melon, and it's used to make Chinese winter melon soup. Now these will be ready a little bit later, and again, like a pumpkin, you would test the skin with your fingernail to see if it punctures. If it doesn't puncture, then your melon is ready. Now these will actually store quite well if you let them get mature enough. We've got one more item to harvest, and that's our leeks. So let's go take a look at those. Well, we've had mixed results with our leek crop this year, and actually leeks are better suited for a cooler climate than what we have, and we have had an actually very cool summer. However, it's also been very wet, and that has led to some rotting in our leeks. Now, when you harvest them, basically again like you would with a celeriac, just go down and dig them up, being sure to go deep enough so that you get the whole leek, and then just shake them loose from the soil. Now, with leeks, you can actually mound the soil up further up on the stem, so this is all blanched, and we didn't do that, so we have a very short end here. But we still got some material that we can use. Now, again, as I said, we've had mixed results. We have some that have turned out quite nicely after you remove these outer dead leaves, like this. But we've also got some that have gone ahead and rotted on us because of the excess moisture that we've had. So we'll have a few leeks to use. Now these are very good to use in a soup. They cook up very nice and creamy, and they're very good if you're sensitive to onions but you like an onion type flavor. A leek is very good because it's gentler on your stomach. It's got a more mild flavor. So you might want to try something like that and see how that affects you. Well, Barbara is going to show us how to fix some of the other vegetables that we've been harvesting from our garden, and that's the yard-long beans.
We hope you enjoyed this video. It's part of our OK Gardening Classics YouTube channel. You can also find more recent videos on our Oklahoma Gardening YouTube channel. And join us on social media for great gardening tips, photos, and discussion.